Donovan Mitchell's finally been traded, and it's been going on for a long time. The KD stuff was holding up a lot, and then basically the whole time it was just, what are the Knicks gonna give up to get Donovan Mitchell? Everyone thought he was going to the Knicks. I guess I never thought he was going to the Knicks, but also at the same time, I'm like, if he wasn't getting traded to the Knicks, where do I think he was going? So I guess by default, I would have had to say most likely he's going to the Knicks. I didn't think that was good for the Knicks, because just being honest, like giving up RJ Barrett, and whatever other assets they had to give up, to me that didn't make the Knicks good enough to warrant trading away their future per se. Like Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson, and then they still have Julius Randle. That doesn't sound like a championship contender playoff team to me.Maybe a playoff team, but definitely not like a contender. So they finally got the deal done with Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland came out of nowhere. I think some people, like, there were a little bit of talk of like, hey, Cleveland's kind of in the conversation. But so if I'm not mistaken, it's Colin Sexton. I got his name right here. Ochai Agbaji. I hope I'm saying that. I'm probably not saying that right, but 14th overall pick from the draft that just happened, and Lauri Markkanen, who I still kind of like, and then 3 unprotected first round picks and 2 first round pick swaps, I believe, right? Yeah. Okay, so what do I think about this for the Jazz? I think this is a good return on Donovan Mitchell. These picks might not be like the best kind of picks in the world, because it's looking like Cleveland is going to be, Cleveland's going to be that team. They're going to be a contender in the East for the next however many years, or at least that's what we all think. You never know what happens in the NBA. Crazy stuff could happen. Injuries, all this stuff. You just never know. But Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, Jarrett Allen. That's like 4 all-star caliber guys right there. Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley on defense is crazy. Donovan Mitchell has not been a good defender at all lately. Coming into the league, I think a lot of people saw like, oh yeah, he could be a good defender. And, maybe with a smaller load on offense, we'll see a little more from him defensively, but I'm not counting on that, but you never know. Darius Garland is just, a great floor general, runs the offense, can shoot the ball. He's a great player all around. Who's going to slide in at the 3? I don't know. Did I say I was going to talk about the Jazz and then started talking about Cleveland? I think I said I was going to start talking about the Jazz and then started talking about Cleveland. That's funny. But, yeah, so I'm talking about the Cavs right now, I guess. But who's going to slide in at the 3? You got Cedi Osman or Isaac Okoro. Isaac Okoro is great for defense. Could really help out that defense on the starting lineup. Cedi Osman's a solid player. Who knows who they're going to start, though. I don't really know. But what I really want to talk about is the Jazz, where the Jazz are going. Actually talking about the Jazz now. And Colin Sexton. Colin Sexton was like in this weird contract purgatory with the Cavs. They didn't want to sign him to what he felt he was worth and what, most people would probably say he was generally worth. And, can't really blame the Cavs. They had a good year without him, and it's like tying up all this money to a guy that they don't know if he really fits in with where they're going. But yeah, so now he's on Cleveland. He's not on Cleveland. He came from Cleveland. Now he's on Utah, and he's getting about 18 mil a year, something like that. That's a solid contract for Colin Sexton coming off of a big injury. What do I see him doing in Utah? I can see him, we've seen him average 24, 25 points a game already. So coming off the injury, I don't know, maybe he won't be able to do that because of the injury that he's coming off of. But, if he's ready to go, I could see Colin Sexton averaging 27, maybe even 28 kind of points per game on this Utah team if they let him go out and hoop, if they're not trying to sit him to super tank. But they need someone to fill the seats, and Colin Sexton's an exciting scorer when he's on it, so I could definitely see them doing that. What are the Jazz doing outside of Colin Sexton? They got Jared Vanderbilt. He'll probably get a lot of run. THT, I think they'll definitely give THT a chance to show what he can do or how he's progressing. THT, I like THT, but like, because he looks really good sometimes. He gets to the basket, putting up he's right-handed. Yeah, I think so. But like, putting up the right-handed layups, I think he looks really nice. I'm gonna look that up just to make sure I'm not tripping. Yeah. Okay, yeah, he's right-handed. Yeah, Talon Horton-Tucker, when he gets to the basket with his dominant hand, that's a bucket right there. But pulling up, jump shots, they don't always look too great. And then his offhand isn't as strong going to the basket, But I think there's at least some potential in THT. Obviously, right now for the Lakers, it's like, oh, should have traded him for Kyle Lowry or whatever, whatever they were talking about last year. Either should have traded him for Kyle Lowry or, should have kept Alex Caruso, all this stuff. I don't wanna, dig on THT too much, Talon Horton-Tucker, but I think there's some stuff in him. Maybe there's an all-star appearance somewhere down the road in his career. I wouldn't be completely surprised by it, but he'll get that chance to show what he can do in Utah. What's Utah gonna do with like the players they still got on the roster? They got Mike Conley. I think you got Bojan Bogdanovic, and who else is still there? Royce O'Neal's gone. I think that's like, there's probably like someone else I can't really think of. But what are they gonna do with Bojan? Bojan will probably be like a valuable trade asset midway through the year at the trade deadline. Malik Beasley, I think he'll probably be on the roster at the start of the year at least. But he might play himself into being like a valuable trade chip at the deadline. Mike Conley, who knows? He's getting up there. He's getting a little bit up there in age. If he's playing well this year, I could definitely see him maybe being a valuable trade asset. But he's making a lot of money, and I don't think it's his last year. So I don't know how willing teams will be to trade for him. And like, they wouldn't buy him out, would they? I'm just gonna look up his contract right now. Probably should have looked this up before, huh? Yeah, so he's still got this year and another year. He's making 22.6 or 0.7 this year, and then 24.3 the next year. So I just kicked my camera. But so it might be kind of difficult to trade Mike Conley. Maybe they'll buy him out somehow. I don't know what's going to happen with Mike Conley. But I think this is a good opportunity for Colin Sexton to really, kind of recover and show what he can do in a low-pressure environment. Jazz don't want to be good, so if he doesn't lead to winning, it's not a big deal. And if he does lead to winning, it shows like, oh, hey, Colin Sexton's kind of that guy. And then, maybe the Jazz will trade him to try to get more picks in, or, who knows what will happen. But, I've seen some people call him Donovan Mitchell light, which I feel like I might kind of agree with, because like, we haven't gotten to see too much of Colin Sexton, but we got that 1 year where he put up like 24 on like good efficiencies. Like, I know he has his problems, Kevin Love hates him because he doesn't pass the ball or whatever, but I think Colin Sexton could be a very good player. I don't think Colin Sexton is going to be the best player on a championship team or anything like that by any means, but I also don't think Donovan Mitchell will. So I could see Colin Sexton kind of getting to a, just like a step below Donovan Mitchell. Like, I don't think that's outside of the realm of possibility. I think it could happen. Donovan Mitchell's a great player. I believe in Colin Sexton. When there were rumors about him getting traded to the Mavericks, I was so excited about that, because I'm a Mavericks fan, by the way. But I would have loved having Colin Sexton on the Mavericks. We lose Brunson, bringing Colin Sexton to put more pressure on the rim, and also shoot the ball a little bit, handle the ball when Luka's not in, maybe. I would have loved having Colin Sexton on the team. Sexton, Christian Wood, and Luka. I think that would have been a little nice trio to run out there. But, I'm happy to see him in Utah. I'm happy to see him get his money finally. But yeah, I'm excited to see what happens in both Cleveland and Utah this upcoming year. I think this is a good trade for both teams. I think it would have been a bad trade for the Knicks, honestly, because I don't think they get Donovan Mitchell without giving up so much that it kind of hinders what they're trying to do right now. I think Donovan Mitchell would have been going to a situation where he would have been trying to get out of it, even though I think he's from New York, right? Yeah, he's from New York, so maybe that would have alleviated that a little bit, but I don't think it would have been a good situation for Donovan. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the Donovan Mitchell Colin Sexton trade. Oh wait, Lauri Markkanen too. Lauri Markkanen's not a bad player. Lauri Markkanen's a good player. It's kind of 7th overall pick, Lauri Markkanen. You know, people don't really think of him like that anymore, but I'm excited to see Lauri Markkanen again get a lot of shots up. I want to see Colin Sexton and Lauri out there. You know, Agbaji's on the team. Curious to see what he can do. He's a lottery pick, if I'm not mistaken, right? So it's three unprotected first, 2 pick swaps, and Agbaji, who was just a lottery pick, in a rookie, so that's some good young draft capital, draft talent. I don't know much about Agbaji. I've heard that he was good in Summer League. That was from the Through the Wire podcast. I didn't watch any of it. I can't speak on his name at all. I don't know anything about that, but I'm excited to see Markkanen and Colin Sexton in Utah. Donovan Mitchell in Cleveland, I think it's going to go well. I wouldn't be surprised if they get out of the first round in the playoffs. I think they're going to be a really good team, health permitting. So, yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. All right, see you guys later.